What is up, guys? I am BMO5000 and I want to share with you all my top 10 quality of life settings that you can change in Final Fantasy XIV Online Dawntrail right now. I wish I had learned about these sooner rather than later, but hey, what's a guy to do? You know, you learn and you just want to teach the masses, right? At least that's how I think. I don't know, maybe. But yeah, without further ado, let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's get into it. All right, so let's kick this off with one of the things that really annoy the living hell out of me is the error sounds. So target is not in range sound, and also when you come up here and you start spamming your buttons, if you're a spammer like me, you get tired of hearing this sound, the not yet ready available button sound. Oh my gosh, they drive me nuts. So the way you turn these off is character configuration. You're gonna go to your log window settings, and then you're gonna turn off display error messages when action fails and display recast timer error messages. I also turn off the display altitude error messages just because I don't like to hear that sound when I get too high when I'm riding on my mounts. So then you turn those off, hit apply, and then no more. Now you can see that I'm spamming my button down here and no more freaking error sound. So same thing when you're spamming your buttons here. It just makes for a far more pleasant experience in my opinion. All right, so coming in at number 2, you're gonna go into character settings. You're going to go into your actions and traits, and then general, and then materia extraction. This just makes things a little bit easier. I put it on my hotbar here. And then when you go into extract materia, so I'm going to use this one as an example, and just ding, and the fries are done. It just makes it a little bit easier. So that one is a big one for me. Just a quick shortcut. Add it to your hotbar if you like, where you don't have to go through the long-winded process of going through the other menus of getting that done. So I just like that. That's number 2. Coming in at number 3, some of you already probably have this enabled, but for those of you who don't or don't know about it, what you're going to do is you're going to go into the character configuration, and you're going to go into control settings, and then under general, cutscene skipping. So if you've already obviously this is only going to apply for you if you don't want to continuously see the same cutscenes for every single, dungeon, and every time you've gone through something where you're just revisiting, right? This will automatically skip the cutscene, so that way you don't have to watch the entire movie all over again. This is a little bit quicker than just pressing escape and then skip cutscene. And for those of you that really like the cutscenes, don't enable this. This will not work, unfortunately, when you are going to the duty finder and roulettes and then doing the main scenario. So sorry, tough luck. It still doesn't work there. I hope that gets implemented at some point. Yeah. Coming in at number 4, if you've played Final Fantasy XIV long enough, you know that sometimes when you're tab targeting, it won't go to the mob that you actually select. And so the way that you can kind of help out with this is going into your character configuration settings, go into control settings, go to target, and then go to auto target according to priority. Auto target priority. So, and then I like to keep this on closest range instead of line of sight, just because, it can be closest range behind you as well. And you apply that. And then I keep this on ignore depth. So the way this should work on here, now I'm facing over, kind of to the right, but it should target this one, then this one, then this one, and this one. So, yep, there it is. And so we'll go over here. And now let's see which one of these two it selects. Ready, and so that one. Let's see this one. There you go. So see how it kind of prioritizes the closest one to you? That doesn't always happen unless you have that setting turned on. So I don't know. I think it's pretty beneficial, and I think it'll help you out too. Coming in at number 5 is the Mouseover highlight option. So by default, it doesn't highlight anything. I like to have it turned on. It does help a little bit for me. So what you're going to do is go into character configuration, go to control settings, target, and then scroll down just a little bit to highlight potential targets, and then click apply. Now, I wish I could change the color of the outline, but you'll see that it's now outlined in yellow when you hover over your target. This will work with NPCs, mobs, bosses, all of the alike. So it does give you a yellow outline. So I wish I could change it to maybe a different color. That would help me out a lot. So Final Fantasy, Square Enix, Yoshi P, if whoever's hearing me out there, please allow that option. That would be great. But yeah, highlights. All right, so coming in at number 6 is a battle effect. So like the special effects for your abilities. You're gonna go into character configuration, control settings, character, and then battle effects settings. So what this is basically saying is that it's gonna show all the animations for all your abilities on yourself. This is gonna show all the animations on all the abilities for your party. This is going to be for your raid members. So like, you know, people that are not directly in your party, but in Alliance B and C, for example. And then same thing for all PvP opponents and your party. So I like to keep it for raids. I like to show limited. So I just click apply, but please change this to whatever you'd like. I wouldn't recommend changing your own. I mean, this is a Final Fantasy game. So like, you know, you want to see your own abilities and be flashy. But for party members, some people only like to see limited. You know, if you're going through a boss fight and you're like, I don't know what's happening, you're going to limit them. It'll still show some, like maybe like, I think a third of the actual abilities that they actually do, but it won't show all of them. So I like to see all of them for party. That doesn't bother me. But when I get into raids, I do like to see less of the other teams and just my own team. So I show this to limited and keep it there. All right, so this next one is really going to be one that I feel like is going to benefit most of you. I'm pretty sure most people don't know about this, and it's your item settings. So it's really simple. So let's go into what it currently looks like by default. So you open up your items and you can go through the different tabs like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is, honestly, I feel like that's terrible. So I have a little bit of a World of Warcraft background, and I really enjoyed like Bag Anon, I think is what it's called, but it had like all of the inventory like right there in your face. So you can kind of change it to have a very similar look. So what you're going to do, character configuration, go to item settings, and then what you're going to do is inventory interface, change it to open all, and then retainer inventory space. I like to put expanded. So I'm going to show you what that looks like really quick. And then bam, look at that. So it like shows you all of your inventory space right there and what you have left. And you can even sort it from here. And it's really nice. It's just all available right there. Some people may not like the entire big window, so you can change that to expanded. And then what it'll do is it'll consolidate it to 2 bags instead of 1 or all. So you'll go here and there you go. So 1 and 2, basically your bags. I like to keep it on open all. I like to see all of my inventory all at the same time. So hopefully that helps you out. This next one I feel like is for you battle lovers that like to know exactly what's going on and to know the percentage of your enemies. So by default, it's not turned on, but you can see right here, and I have mine nice and giant. You can't see anything, right? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go into character configuration, UI settings, HUD, and then scroll all the way down to the bottom to where it says targets. And then you're gonna display targets remaining HP percentage and click apply. And then what it'll do is it'll pop up with this percentage here, and it's nice and beautiful, especially like if you're getting into one of those fights where you're like 2% into the fight and then you all die. It just really makes a difference of knowing like, oh yeah, I almost had it. 2% dead. Yikes. But no, seriously, come on. Who doesn't like to know how much percentage is left? Who doesn't love that? Okay, all right, I'm done. Did you know that you can change your pet size in Final Fantasy 14? Yeah, you kind of can. Now, this doesn't apply to Carbuncle, I don't think, but this will mainly apply for mostly summoner players. So let's pull out Bahamut really quick so you can understand what I mean. This is a Bahamut's standard size. Now, in a second, I'm probably gonna have to like do a little cut and edit here so you guys can see what he looks like. But what you can do is you can, let me hide myself. You can go in here and you go into the chat and you can say /pet size all and then put small, right? So that'll change all your pet sizes to small, and same thing with /pet size all medium, and it'll change them to medium, and then /pet size all large, and that'll change them back to their regular gigantic size. So it's really nice if you are into that sort of thing. If you really want to have like a smaller pet, you can do that. So let's change it back to pet size, all small, and then I'll pull out Phoenix here so you can see the difference. And there she is, little baby Phoenix. Oh, so little. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. So you see the difference between Bahamut and Phoenix. So I personally like him in full size and full glory because I feel like a summoner. But those of you who like them pocket size, what the hell's going on over there? Okay, is there like a world boss about to happen? I don't know, but I'm not going to edit this out because this is cool. Anyway, you can change your pet sizes. So yeah, let me change it back to large. Pet size, all large. Ta-da. And finally, so the UI theme settings that I know some of you have questions about. So as an example, you see how my UI is blue in pretty much everything. The way you change this isn't like an add-on or anything. The way you change this is system configuration, theme settings, and then theme settings. So you can go to dark, you can go to light, which a lot of people actually have this one. Classic Final Fantasy, if you like that old school Final Fantasy look. And then clear blue is kind of like the same thing with Final Fantasy, but a little bit more modernized. And that's the one that I use. So that's pretty much it, guys. What'd you guys think of my top 10 quality of life settings that are, I believe, the best that you can get in Final Fantasy 14? Now, you guys may have a different top 10 or maybe one or two that you think should be in the top 10. If you do, please leave them in the comments down below so I can see what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful and wonderful day and enjoy Final Fantasy 14 just as much as I do. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.